Hey there, welcome back to the table. So, I think we left off where we're getting ready to do the Japanese orders. And I'm just looking at the situation, trying to understand, obviously I'm beefing up my defense here, but this defense is still going to be shaky against any carrier fleet. Same story with this one. This one, I think I at least have a decent attack. But if he gets reinforced, I'm going to be in trouble. I think the same story here with this one. Midway, of course, is up for grabs. That means Hawaii is actually vulnerable. I made a mistake and left Hawaii empty. I realized I can't do that, so one of my planes needs to go back to Hawaii. So I'm going to take one of these that I have over here and send it back, because I need to at least keep something in Hawaii. That was one of the things I noticed. And then, Midway is a bit of a challenge. They actually have 4 stacks of troops. I may not take Midway this turn. And then, of course, I left Wake Island a little bit open. This, by the way, would have taken a damage because I don't have control of this or this, so I have no supply to Wake Island. That was the problem with taking Wake Island. Of course I would heal it, but that means I'm going to lose another battle plan point. And so now I'm down to 2 instead of 3 left for this turn. I spent a lot of supply points trying to heal troops. So that really hurt me this turn. But I think like I said, I can't scout, so we're at the mercy of what Japan does here, and I'm not, I feel like I stretched my forces too thin. Like I'm in too many places at once. I'm really concerned about, splitting my Navy, stuff like that, but let's see how this plays out. So looking at the board, there's only 2 locations that don't move at all. It's this one and this one. And technically speaking, since there's a battle here, those guys don't move. And also, these ones won't move. So we have that. But everybody else is up for fair grabs here. So with that being said, Surface Fleet 1, this is 3 units. Carrier Fleet 3 is also only 3 units. So these 2 are really low on the scale. This one's only 2 units. And up here is a whole bunch. So we're going to do this one first. And let's roll. So that's a 9 plus a 1 is 10. So they're going to do a withdrawal, go 1 closer to Japan. And I'm going to roll even for the infantry. Even is the roll, so the plane will stay where it is. The infantry will move to the Caroline Islands. And they're both done. And the withdrawal causes this to move up by 1. So next up is going to be either this one or this one. I don't think it matters which one. And both of them are doing hold orders because they're at an objective. So they both hold, and that's going to cause this thing to skyrocket up. This one has just as many as those. Actually has 1 more. It has 4. So we'll do that one next. That's a 6 plus a 4 is 10. So they also have a withdrawal, and that's going to be 1 infantry and 2 planes. So we got that situation. And I'll try to just move it over like that. And then we got to keep rolling for the other infantry. This moves up by 1. That's 1 plus 5, that's 6. It's got a refit. So this infantry goes back to Japan. And it's done. And with the refit, this goes up by 2. So now we're at plus 8. I'm still rolling for 1 more infantry. That's 1 plus 8, that's a 9. That's a withdrawal. So this guy is going to withdraw back to here. And that puts us up to 13. Okay, so now we move to We have Surface Fleet 3 here, which has 2 units, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this has 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because Carrier Fleet 5 has a lot of units in it. Carrier Fleet 2 also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. So the rest of the order for Japan is this one, then this one, then this one, and then Japan itself. Okay, this one is going to be a hold order. It has to be. So he's going to hold. One of the infantry will hold with him, and then 3 planes. And then we're going to roll for this, but this does shoot all the way up. And I rolled an 8 plus an 8 is 16, so they're going to reinforce an objective with Japanese forces ashore. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 6, 2, 4, 6. So this infantry is going to move over to Marshall Islands. And then he's done. And the reinforce doesn't change anything. So now we're going to roll for Carrier Fleet 5. This is a dangerous roll for us. And it's a 6 plus 8 is 14. They're going to go to a battle. That's what I meant by dangerous. So this could be really bad for us. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh no, this is not a battle. So 2, 4, so 3, 6, 9. So if they go to Midway, we're in big trouble because we don't even have any ships there. So 3, 6, 9 on this one. Don't roll big. And of course we rolled big. We rolled an 8. So so Carrier Fleet 5 is going to go and destroy us at Midway. And then they bring with them 2 planes. So I got to actually roll even for planes. I rolled odd, so the bottom plane doesn't come along. Instead, a battalion's coming along on an infantry. And then Carrier Fleet 5 has another infantry it's bringing with it. So Midway is in trouble because of Carrier Fleet 5. And that Carrier Fleet 5 is going to stay there until we can, you know, because it's an objective. So it's going to stay there. So Midway's in big trouble. And we're still at 15 for the reinforcement points. Now we move on to Iwo Jima, and this is Carrier Fleet 2. And that's an 18, so that's a sortie. So we're going to cause this to move down by 4. And they're going to go to a U.S.-held objective. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8. And that's a 7. So they're going, Carrier Fleet 2 is going to attack Wake Island. And Carrier Fleet 2 has its own transport it's bringing along. And it has 2 infantry on board. So now we're still rolling for Iwo Jima. And I rolled a 4. Plus 4 is 8. So now they do a withdrawal. So this is going to move up by 1. So this unit is going to withdraw to Japan. And we roll again. I rolled a 10. Plus 8 is 18. So he's doing a sortie. 2, 4, 6, 8. We rolled a 3. So 2, 4 means that he's going to attack here by himself, just as a transport. So he's going to attack New Caledonia, and that causes this to drop by 4. And the timing is perfect because now we're on to Japan. So Surface Fleet 2, I'm rolling a 2 plus 5 is 7. That's a refit, which turns into a hold. That's not good. So he's holding along with 3 planes and 1 infantry. All right. Next one is Battleship Fleet 1 is a 7 plus 8 is 15. They're going to reinforce. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's a 9. So Battleship Fleet 1 is also going to Midway. And he brings with him 3 planes. well, Midway only has a limit of 2 planes. So we're just going to take 1 plane, and then the other 2 are going to set aside. And Battleship Fleet 1 does take these 2 infantry with them. And then they need to grab 2 battalions. So the stack of Midway is turning into a doom stack. Midway is becoming a very big problem child for us. Wake Island is also in trouble. So unless we take some objective here, yeah, we're in trouble. Okay, so now I'm going to do Carrier Fleet 4. So that's a 9 plus an 8 is a 17. That's a sortie. So Carrier Fleet 4 is going to go to 2468, and this time it's a 9. So Carrier Fleet 4 is also going to Wake Island, and it's going to leave 3 planes in Japan, and Carrier Fleet 4 brings an infantry with them. And then we roll for Carrier Fleet 1. That's a 2 plus 5 is 7. So that's going to be a hold order. So they're going to finish at 12. And we're done. So I didn't like how this turned out. We may end up losing. And it's going to be because 1942 didn't go well. Like I said, I think if I had another crack at 42 with the way the hold orders work, I think we might do better. But the thing that hurt us with this particular round is we didn't use the scouting to our advantage to pin things, and because we didn't pin anything, they just went bonkers. So that part hurts a lot. So what do we do? Well, first of all, Midway is becoming very much a lost cause. My only hope with Midway is that we don't get a lot of battle rounds. So let's roll for that right away. So I rolled a 9. That's not helping. When I need to roll low numbers, I never seem to in this game. Okay, so a 9 turns into 4 battle turns. That's a death sentence. And I know people tell me to play this out, but I just don't see how playing this out makes a lick of difference. I have a transport, I have 1 unit in a foxhole, and I have 2 planes that are going to get slaughtered. Like so. So it's going to look like this. They have 4 infantry in the foxholes already. One of them, a powerful, very powerful infantry. They have 2 planes that they can't bring. I just realized that because of the rules. So I brought 2 planes over thinking I could bring them, but they can't. The invader can't do that. They have a transport with a mountain of infantry that I couldn't hit even if I had my full navy going against it. And then they have Battleship Fleet 1, which consists of 2 cruisers. Then they have Carrier Fleet 5, which consists of nastiness. First off, the bat here is they have the Kaga. They have the Hiryu. They have the Nagato, a destroyer group, and another cruiser. So all of that is against us. So following the rules, the highest anti-air does escort, and they all have the same. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I rolled a 5, 2, 4, 5. This one's going up here. This one goes there. 3, 6, 9. This is going up there. This one goes here, and then this one goes up there. So they have 3 escorts, 2 of them to pummel us on the land. I guess the only nice thing about this is that I can pretty much ignore the carriers. I mean, I don't think that I have a shot at hitting those, maybe I can sink a battleship or a cruiser. With 4 battle turns, this isn't going to end pretty at all. So one of the things I can do is just do artillery, because I think I'm going to be able to at least inflict a hit on one of their infantry. And then I can roll an extra attack for my infantry, and that's it. One other option is I can reduce the number of turns they get by 1, you know, because maybe there's a chance I can survive this. I just don't see it happening. Obviously, if they don't take the island fully, then we still can prevent them from landing their planes there. So there is some value in that. This carrier fleet and battleship fleet are going to remain here. So, well, at least one of them is. So this is going to be very, very difficult for me to take back. So by doing what I'm doing, I'm guaranteeing that I'm going to inflict 1 hit on them, and that's it. And I'm not sure that that adds a lot of value. You know what? I'll reduce the turns by 1, and let's see if we can survive this. So 4 turns left. We have to decide what we're doing with our planes first. And I think I'm going to try to sink one of their ships. I don't believe that I'm going to be able to do anything to the land units, so I don't care about them. If I can sink a ship, that would be victorious. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go after their ships. And they have carriers, and I never even bothered to get out their stuff yet. So let's do that. So they have that, and that times 2. So how many battle plans they draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're drawing 4. This is a slaughter, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I got to do a 5th one. 5. So kamikaze doesn't matter. They're this doesn't matter. +1 on all attack rolls. That doesn't matter. And then their anti-air gets huge bonuses, and so does their naval guns. So we're screwed. Okay, so where's their bomber group going? They can go after our transports or the land, so we have to roll. So that was for the first one. They're going after our transports. And then the second one is also going after our transports. So they're going full bore on that. And then the fighters for them is going after the transports, and then the other fighter also going after our transports. So that's the situation. They're going after our ground units. There is no dogfight. Actually, there is. Because since they're going after our transports, they're going after our planes. So they roll 7-4 against us, times 2. And they get 1 hit on us. And we roll 6-3 times 2. And we get 1 hit on them. So one of our planes is taking a hit. And one of theirs is taking a hit. And it's definitely going to be a 0, which doesn't help. Then it's time for anti-aircraft. So they have a 2-2, which becomes a 5-2 each, a 6-2 each. So 6-2 times 2. That's 1 more hit. That was better than nothing. And I'm going to go ahead and lose the plane. So now I'm rolling 1 bomber with a 4. And I miss. And they're rolling 2 6s. They missed. And they're rolling 2 4s. And they hit with both of them. So they just destroyed our infantry. And now the naval bombers get to it, or naval get to attack. So this is a 4, that's a hit, and then a 6, also a hit. So they just destroyed our airfield. So our plane is gone. And now for the infantry, there's a 5 and then 3 1s. All those were misses. And then we roll a 3. We actually hit. So one of their battalions does take damage. And then our Marine is going to go straight to the foxhole. And we go to 3 turns. And I'm going to use my thing to drop it to 2 turns. I still don't think it's enough. But they're going to get 4 more battle plans. Oh, I didn't realize I had Marines, so we could do leathernecks. That was a free one to take. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So their infantry get huge bonuses. Yay them. These 2 are worthless for them, and they stop a hit. So the fun just keeps on coming. There's no anti-aircraft, so they get to roll 2 4s and 2 2s on their bombing run. There's the 2 4s. That's a hit. Here's the 2 2s. That's a miss. So one of our units is hit. Infantry takes the damage. And then their naval guns. All these guys would have landed, by the way. Their naval guns now shoot with a 6 and a 4. This will be the 4. They both hit. And so our infantry's killed. And our Marine is damaged. So then we get to, with the Marine, I'm going to prevent a hit using leathernecks. So then we move to Infantry Attack. Our Marine misses. They roll 2 1s. And they both hit because they get a +3, +2. And this actually counts as 2 hits, so my Marine's dead. So, you know, the folks giving me advice to play these out and not just forfeit, I damaged 1 unit. That wasn't worth it. So they have a mountain of infantry on Midway, and they completely took Midway. So now they get to land planes here, and our lives just got a lot harder because we have no Navy to take it back right now. That part stinks. And I guess they were going to go somewhere, right? Can't just imagine them going nowhere and rolling nothing but refit orders. Which is funny because one guy was saying that that's all Japan does. And they do sometimes, but only twice. If you look at the... All right, I'm just putting all my stuff back. Carrier Fleet 5 is at full strength. So that was a brutal situation. Okay, Wake Island is the exact same situation. I have an infantry against a mountain stack and 2 carrier fleets. I mean, come on. There's no... Carrier Fleet 4 is a full-strength carrier fleet. Carrier Fleet 2 lost a submarine. That's it. So, I'm going to go ahead and see how many battle turns it is, because maybe I can eke this out. But, no. I forfeit. I lose Wake Island. And that infantry's gone. And no, I don't think I'm going to do any damage whatsoever. I don't even think I'm going to survive long enough to get to the infantry phase with 2 carrier fleets attacking 1 single guy. Nope, not happening. So we just lost 1. So now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bare minimum to win this game right now. And if I lose any more, it's over. So now we move to New Caledonia. So New Caledonia, and every one of these islands helps the Japanese. There's never one there that says if the U.S. start with forces ashore, we get a bonus. I'm not sure how much I find this expansion to be all that much fun. All it does is just make it harder. So we have, we're quite strong on this one. We do have a transport with another unit, and they just have one unit in a transport. And so they're going to draw one single battle plan, and we have some nice land attack. So let's see how many turns we get. A 5 is going to get us 2 turns, which might be enough. I'm not sure. So what can I do in 2 turns that will help me? I can do artillery, and on the second turn, I can guarantee you that I'm going to get 1 hit on them. Or I can do the, if a bomb hits, it counts as 2 hits. And I think I'm going to do that one, largely because if any one of them hits, the infantry is instantly dead, whereas with the artillery, I still got to hit them 1 other time. All right, I could try to increase the battle turns by 1. The problem is this is really a critical thing. I have to kill this infantry, or otherwise I lose the game. Now I'm going to be on to try number 5. Holy crap. Okay. So, I know I have 2 supply points I can spend, but I wanted to use them elsewhere. I really did. I mean, I guess we could try a retcon rule, because we really want to see how this campaign plays out, right? If we continue. But, you know, you constantly keep cheating just so you can continue the campaign. At some point, you just got to throw in the towel. Again, I think that with the new hold order rules, 1942 would have played differently, and we may not be in such a bad shape at 1943 like we are now, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. So the question becomes, how critical is this? Like, should I spend another battle plan point, and then I can get artillery and guarantee I at least hit? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let's just do this. There is no anti-air. My bombers only roll a 1 and a 2. This blue will be the 2. And both of them missed, so that's pretty standard. First of all, their battle plan, which is air combat. I just realized the Gilbert Islands guy landed. I'm wondering where all my transports went. I'm supposed to have 4. I only see... Okay, never mind. I got them. Okay. Sorry, I was distracted. We're down to the last turn, and we haven't done anything to them. So, our bombers have to hit. If we're rolling down to 2 dice, rolling a 4. And there it is, 4. Now that took some mighty clangy balls to do. So yes, I hit, well hold on, they get another, they got a duration one, which doesn't help them. But yes, our bomb success turns it into 2 hits, and they get killed before they land. So that paid off for us. This transport goes away, and yes, we held the island. Well done. So New Caledonia for us remains viable. Okay, so next thing we have is this against the Carrier Fleet 3. Now there's no Japanese infantry because Carrier Fleet 3 didn't move. So since they didn't move, they didn't get new infantry. So we're actually dealing with a carrier fleet that's wounded, and we're trying to finish them off. So let's have some fun. I don't think I need to get the Solomon Island out. Let me just check. It just says, you know, if the Japanese, screw the Japanese. So we're just going to play it with this map. And Carrier Fleet 3 looks like this. They have a carrier, and the battleship is going to be escorting the carrier. So they're in the ocean. Let's just be clear about that. And then we're going to have the 2 submarines going after them. And then, of course, our carrier. And we're going to be escorting our carrier with our cruisers and destroyer for the same reason. Because there's nothing on land for them to go after. And per the rules, this guy would be escorting the ocean. And we do have 2 planes to harass their carriers with as well. So they only have 3 units, so they're going to draw 1 battle plan, and that's it. All right, so let's see how many turns we get. I would really like to do some duck hunting here. 6 is 3 turns. That's a healthy number. And so what are we going to get? Well, I can't get extra hits with my naval attack. That doesn't do me any good. The only thing that does me good is a diving attack that does an extra hit. Everything else doesn't really matter. I could, like, their carrier could go after our, because they have planes, so they might go after our infantry. Those are all possibilities. So it is possible we could take hits. But yeah, we just have 1 carrier, and it's the 5 size carrier against 2 of their carriers. So let's see how this plays out. We have a 0 and a hey, I gotta end the video, so thanks for watching, stay awesome, and I will be back in a few seconds. Personal item I gotta take care of here.